Cold is an interesting video for me because obviously, you know, once upon a time the record label would spend the money and send me out to Mallorca, but nowadays they don't. They just send me to Wales. So that's the kind of state that my career's in. I was in that water for a long time, and eventually the cameraman, who was in a full wetsuit with a hood on, and the camera, eventually he asked if we could get out. I said, please can we get out now? And I was almost hypothermic. As I came out of that water, and I turned over and I was shivering and shaking. I mean, that's absolutely real. I was freezing cold. I mean, my main advice to anyone is don't holiday in North Wales. Go to Mallorca instead. And there were seals coming out of the water as well, looking at us as I was doing, wondering why we were there. I mean, it's annoying I can't do a voiceover in the video at the time because all I really want to say, fuck, it's cold. So yeah, again, actually, I forgot to say, in You're Beautiful, these are the same trousers from You're Beautiful. And along the way, we find almost the original things. You know, a couple of things we've had to replace, they don't have the same £5 note. But I do find, you know, everything else is mine. This is still the same ring, it's the same coat, it's the same t-shirt. I don't have the jumper anymore. The cameraman wasn't very steady, was he? He wasn't using a steady cam. The guy's obviously been out for a drink.
My skin, without you on my body, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be desperate or pretend that I'm not torn, but I don't want to let go of the things that keep me warm. Without you.
As I say, do all my own stunts, which is walking through bracken. Don't try this at home. And if you do, I'd suggest putting your shoes on before you walk through the bracken. And what we've actually done is that with this, embarrassingly, we've tilted the camera so it looks steeper going up the hill than it really is. But Tom Cruise does the same thing when he's doing his stunts.
Wind to blow me, take me home the whole way, and
yeah, that's definitely tilted, isn't it?
Yeah, we both.
£5, I'll be having that. Thank you very much.
In between you and me, there's an ocean.
But then we do this part, then is proper cliff, and this was quite tricky to do because, you know, I don't spend my time doing that much rock climbing in Wales, and part of these rocks were falling down and you know, and hitting me. I did get hit on the head a few times by some stones and rocks, and I am being held up by a rope at different stages, and I had Bear Grylls' stunt coordinators help me do it. But that's a big slab of rock there. I mean, you know, for all of us around, that was quite a dangerous little moment. I mean, weird that they made some stuff look more dangerous, and then for the, you know, then they just pulled out some proper cliff and said, "Go on, off you go." So on YouTube here it says someone's written, "I suspect James is a merman. Otherwise, you guys tell me how did he survive so long underwater?" Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, merman would be nice, wouldn't it? Then I get to meet mermaids. And Eleanor's written, "I've just realised he's singing about his jacket the whole time." And I think Eleanor's entirely right, because I'm a kind of person who doesn't like to leave possessions behind, and I'm returning for the goods. I'm just that tight. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to have the same clothes, isn't it? It's an amazing thing to still have the clothes in your cupboard. They called me and said, you know, we've got this idea, we're going to recreate the notion of you. Well, they called me and they said, you know, let's do 20 years after You're Beautiful. We'll chuck you in the water and you'll come out and you'll relive going up the cliff and finding all your possessions. And it was an amazing moment to say, you don't have to. I've got all the things. I've got all my clothes still. They've been in a cupboard for 20 years. And I've always wanted to wear them, but I thought people would just think, you know, you're a real weirdo. There's James Blunt still in the clothes. And the helicopter's funny to find as well, because my father's a helicopter pilot, so we just had to call round to see who'd got a helicopter available for us. And then everyone else said, "That's a really cheap helicopter, by the way."